What's up, guys? Today we're going to continue where we left off last week, and we're going to continue working on this website and getting the development done. I think after today we may only need to do one, possibly two more videos. I'm hoping that we can keep that down to one, but we will see how this goes. Anyways, I just wanted to thank everyone who has subscribed to this channel already, because you guys are the reasons that I make these videos every week. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Anyways, let's go on and jump into today's video. So I've got the server running right here, and I've got the web page loaded up. So this is everything we've got so far. I'll show you. I've got the design pulled up right here so we can continue working on this. And I also have our little bit of code right in here, so we can continue, adding stuff here and getting all this stuff done. So let's go and just take a look at what we've currently got. This is looking pretty good for everything that we have right now for this, all the sections that we have right now for mobile. So if I go ahead and, expand this to desktop, as you can see, it completely falls apart. So there are a few things that I do want to go ahead and restrict here. So let's go and open up our code. And we're going to want to go into, default here. All right, so let's just go ahead and let's start taking a look at what we got here. So for this header, let's set a max width on it for now. Max width, let's do 355 pixels. And if we save that, come over here and refresh. All right, there we go. That's looking good. We just need to get that in the center. So I'm going to say margin auto, and that should center right there. All right, cool. The next thing that we want to do is pretty much that same exact thing, but down here for this section. Let's pull that up. That is in this right here. So we're going to give it a max width of 355 pixels as well. Save it. Let's come here, refresh. All right, so that's looking good, but we need to get that in the center too. I already set the margin up here, so we're gonna set the left and the right to auto, if I can spell it right. All right, that's looking pretty good. Perfect. And the next thing we got to work on down here is this. This just isn't working for me yet at all. We want this to expand all the way across. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can figure out why exactly this is doing what it is. Scroll down here. This is the code. Well, the one thing I think we can do is, let's see what happens if we switch this to, whoops, what'd I do? All right, let's see if we switch this from the wrapper here to this section. And then we need to set that background to this as well. And well, let's see what that does real quick. Okay, so that made it fill across the entire thing, but now it's also taking up all that space that we had there, separating these two sections. So we need to reduce that by 30 pixels. So let's set the padding to this to 0, because up here we've got our section has a padding of 30 on top and bottom, but because we're setting a different background color on this section, we need to go ahead and set the padding to 0, and then we need to set the margin back. So the margin is just going to be exactly what the padding was here. Where to go? Right there. All right, let's close this up. And then let's refresh. All right, cool. That's doing that right there. Do we need the box shadow though? I think we do, because we got margin, or is it padding or is it margin set? Oh, well, you know what we might be able to do? If we set the padding for the top and the bottom to 0, but the left and the right to 10 pixels, and then we set like the top and the bottom margin here to 30, and then the left and the right margin to 0, maybe that'll fix this. And then we can go in here and we can remove this because we don't have to write all of that out. Let's refresh this and see what happens. Cool, that worked. All right, let's go back and let's just remove this whole line right here. We don't need that. All right, so I think that's already looking pretty good there. We're gonna do more to this when we make this for different size browsers. I'm probably gonna take this and shift it over here and just, make this use up more of the space that it's given. But for right now, I think that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So let's just come back in here and let's see what we got going. I'll show you this real quick. I copied one of the iframes for one of my videos, so we can see what it looks like, and we're just gonna put it inside of this. Let's see what happens when we do that. We're just gonna stick it right inside of the hero, and then refresh the page, and there we go. So that loaded in right there, and that is this. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, this changed on YouTube. I changed that photo, but that works. That's exactly what I wanted there. And I like having this first one. Please don't be loud. Okay. I like having this first video be able to play right here. And then for all the rest of them, I'm just going to use the thumbnails. And then I want to use that light box that I had created for all of the rest of these. And then I might actually end up using the light box on here, but just keep this iframe in here just simply for the style. Just because, I mean, when this loads, you immediately see the YouTube branding, and that'll keep it looking like YouTube essentially. So anyways, let's go ahead, and what I want to do to help speed this up is I want to grab the thumbnail, and I want to put the actual thumbnail for this video in where this that color is behind it. That way when this loads, you don't just see that little dark nothingness. We do want to get that filled in. I don't think I have that I got the thumbnails for some of these other videos, so these are going to be all of these popular videos, and I got them as low resolution right now, so it's like 320 pixels by 120 pixels, so that'll fit in there well. I think I removed the thumbnails for this stuff though. Did I? Yeah, so I mean, we've got this right here. But we could use that for now. I don't think we need to do anything crazy. Although, actually, you know what? Here, I'll edit this real quick and, make it the right thumbnail. So it'll only take 2 seconds. I'm just going to pull it up here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make that video 1, and then we're going to make this say intro. And I'm just going to save this out. And we need this. What is the resolution we had set for this? I think it was like, it's like 350 pixels width. So I'll just give it like a width of, I'll give this a width of 400 pixels, and then we can figure the rest of that out from there. I'll put this on the desktop, inside this project. Inside the assets, inside the image, and this is going to be, let's call it hero video thumbnail. Well, hero video thumb. That should be fine. And then we'll just close this out. We don't need to save this stuff. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's get that in there though. Let's go. Where's my code? Okay, so this is the hero video style. No, we don't need this one. We need this one. Let's go hero video background. Okay, so I'm gonna do a background. I want that color in the background before anything loads, but then I want to set the image to URL. It's gonna be back a directory, and then it's going to be, is it img? I can't remember. I typically do, yeah, img, and then we just set that to hero vid thumb.jpg, and then we want this to be size of cover, position, center every time, center. Okay, I hate that so much. I know you can turn it off, but sometimes it's useful. Unfortunately, the majority of times it's just not. And repeat, we're gonna set that to no repeat, just like that. Now let's come back to the web, refresh it. Okay, so that doesn't seem to be working. What am I doing wrong here? First off, let's go ahead and let's remove, well, no, I'm just going to remove that for right a second. All right. So that's not loading. Let's see what I did wrong here. Did I give it the wrong path? Oh, that's what I did. Hero video thumbnail. I put hero vid. All right. Now it's loaded in there. And then now what we're going to do is go back to the code and undelete that iframe. There now. So it loads, and then you'll get the actual video there that you can click on and watch right there. So that's cool. And this is going to change here. This isn't always going to be the same. I'm probably actually going to create a video after this series that would make more sense to go up here. That's just going to talk about the channel, kind of like the channel intro video that we've already got going on for the YouTube channel, but something just something a little different, something more tailored, or just something newer. I don't know. I might need to recreate that video to begin with anyways. So let's go ahead and let's get these other thumbnails into here. So we're gonna have let's go desktop. Here we go. Assets, images. I'm just gonna make a folder, popular videos. Just gonna make that folder real quick, and I'm gonna drag and drop these in to here, and I think these are all in order, so I'm just gonna say let's do P1, this is gonna be P2, P3, P4, P5, and then P6. So I think that'll do that. Let's go ahead and let's come over here. Code. All right, so we've got the popular videos inside of the popular video wrapper. So if we come here, popular video wrapper, popular video, we need to set the size to cover, position to center, repeat to no repeat, and then we need to start grabbing each one of those and setting the actual thumbnail, because if we set this here, it's going to go to all of them, and let's just make sure everything's working well. Backup directory, images, popular videos, p1.jpg. Let's come here and load this. All right, cool. So that works in there. That looks good. Let's just go ahead and shrink this back up for mobile. All right, we need to get those going. Let's see if I can remember the right code for this. So I want to say and child, or what do we get? What are the options? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's child. Let's see if this. I'm almost 100% sure that I am doing this wrong right now, but we will find out in just a moment. Yep. Or, well, I don't know until I remove this. No, okay, I was doing that right. So let's see. If I set this to 2 and set this to 2. Cross your fingers. That's working. Okay. That's good news. All right. Let's get the rest of these down here. Just like this. So this is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's come back here, refresh that. All right, cool. That is looking pretty bomb. That's exactly what I wanted. And then this section's good. So let's go ahead and just make this actually work. So to do that, we need to grab the Lightbox. See if I can even remember my own URL. No, I think it's backwards. I think it's jslightbox.com. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to download this. It's got that downloaded. Yep. And then we also need Jquery. So that is one of the requirements for this right now. I'm still working on the just pure JavaScript version, so you don't need Jquery, but let's go ahead and see. I just want to, I don't want to download it. Man, I almost never look for this. Download. Compressed production. We can do, let's just grab this for now. Okay, but I wanted to download that. Why don't you want to download? Okay, you know what? I'll just copy that into a text file. Let's go ahead and we need to add these links. So let's set this as an include new file. It's going to be JS links.html. Then we need to go ahead and add our script tags. And from here, it's just going to be site dot base URL, and then we can go ahead and write, it's going to be assets, it's going to be JS, and then it's going to be we need Jquery, jquery.min.js, and then we'll just do that, and then this is going to be the lightbox. Let's just grab that file name, paste it in there. All right, now we need to create those inside of the assets. Assets, JS. I think I need, where's my finder? All right, we're gonna get this right here, JS, right there. And then we need to create a file that's going to be jquery.min.js. And then let's just copy all that code and paste it in here. And then now those should be working, but we need to include that into our layout, our default layout. I want to include it. Let's include it down here after the body. And this is just going to be JS links. And then this should be loading those. We should see them down here. Let's just make sure. Let's make sure that they work. Where are they? Here. All right, that's working. And then that's working. Cool. All right. I don't know why I did that. So now we need to get these things working and get them going. So I'm going to pull up. Let me open a new window. I'm going to grab those links for those videos in just a second. But let's see what all we need. Let's see. It's been a while since I've messed with this, so I have to read this myself. So we're going to add this to the HTML element that we want to be a trigger. So we're going to need to go to our index, and in these classes here, we are going to add that to all of them. Okay, and then, you know what, let's even do that up here on this one, because I want that to be a trigger. And then, so we've got some themes. I've built some themes. So you can set a global theme, which is what we're going to do, but I'm going to use, so the dark is the default, but you know what, it's the default. I don't need to change it. We'll just leave it. That should work. If not, it won't take long to fix it. So we're going to set the data dash type to be an embed. So let's come here, 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 and here. This is going to be an embed. And then we've got, I think it's data dash host. Yeah, data dash host. We can do YouTube and Vimeo with this. And then a data dash path. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. All kinds of types of path can be the relative absolute for embeds. The path should be the embed source link. Okay, so I need to grab those links real quick. Let me go to Studio and take a look at all my videos. I know this is probably awkward that you can't see anything, but just roll with me here for a moment. Probably should have done that because now I can't see it. I gotta go back to YouTube. Okay. Well, here. Please don't play. This is the video we need right here. Stop. I just want the one video, but whatever. All right, let's go to grab the embed code. We don't. Well, it's the embed link. Right, yeah. you know, I'm realizing that I already had this link right here. That is sitting right here. So we only need this. We don't need any of the settings after that. So let's give this a quick try. Data dash path equals. Let's see if this works. That should be it. Yep. Cross your fingers. Oh, maybe it's just because it's got an iframe in there. Haven't thought about that. Oh, you know what? Maybe if we add these to the iframe instead of the wrapper, then it might work. Because clicking on the iframe is what is causing that video to play. All right. And then no. Okay. So that doesn't work, putting it there. Let's see what happens if we add this to the other stuff we got going. Let's see if that will work. So it should be for this first video here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that works. I mean, it's going to play right there. All right, cool. That's not a problem. So I guess I just can't use it on the actual embed there, which sucks, but whatever. We can leave this first one alone for now then. We don't need to mess with that. That's fine. We'll work on changing that later, but first let's get this going for the rest of them. So we need to get all of the actual links for each of those videos. So this is going to take a hot minute, but it shouldn't take too long. Once you get that light box set up and you use it once, it's not really complicated. It doesn't take a while to figure it out. I've just never tried putting it on the actual source. All right, so that was for, which one was that for? Can't remember. Teletype, which is our second one. Okay, so we're gonna do data dash path right here, and that should be working for the second one. Teletype. Yep, there we go. Just playing that one. Is this one loading? No, it's not loading the right one. We need to grab the proper one here. That is all we need. All right, and then I'm gonna get these going. Data dash path. All right, let's see. What's the next video that we need to go ahead and grab? CSS for variables and blending. Oh, that's convenient. They're all the most popular ones. Grab this. I'll leave the link to this thing in the description below. It really has been, man, it's probably almost been a year since I've even worked on it. But I am making updates to it. Like I said, once I get this switched over to the all JavaScript, version, so it doesn't need jQuery to do all of this stuff. I'm going to be adding many more features to this so that you don't need to do as much work. The one thing I like that I was able to do is add the global theming on it. So you just set that on your body and you're done. But there's still some more things I can improve. So I'm skipping that one because that thumbnail is just ugly as F. I don't think I can use that. No, it's got to be the embed link. All right, that's this one. Two more, y'all. Two more. Google Analytics, and then what is HTML? All right, Google Analytics. And then Google Analytics, and then we've got, I don't know, I switched to there. It's the what is the HTML? And that's the last one we need from here for right now. All right, load this. Cool, that's all working. That's working. That's working. That's working. That's working. And that's working. And I think I don't want to use the one where it's a solid dark background. I want to change that. I've got a transparent theme, I think, right? Do I have a transparent theme? Let me see. I might. I don't know if I added it to the documentation yet. I think it was one of the things I was working on last with this. Let's go layouts. Let's see if that works. Hey, yeah, I do. Okay, cool. I've got that transparent theme right there. And then here I'll show you. It's all, the nice thing about this is it's all responsive already. So any features that I'm adding, it's going to autoplay here just because it's on a desktop and whatnot. But one thing I can do is, I don't know why I'm going to keep talking about this right now, because it doesn't really pertain to this project, but I can even give you some controls in the future. I'm just thinking what I can do to make this better as well, for each of these, so like when you pause it or when it ends, you don't see or you do see certain things. I think that'd be cool. But anyways, that's neat. That's looking good. I'm happy with that for right now. Let's go back to the design and see what is next. We've got a series section. All right, and that's just going to consist of 4 cards. That's not too complicated. I don't need this just yet. And then that's gone. I do have to update the documentation for that, though, now that I think about it. I just don't know when I'm going to do that yet. All right, code here, section. I don't need to add a class to this, I don't think. That should be fine without the class. Although we do need, well, here, let me just grab this stuff. It's closer to what we actually need in here. This is going to be called series. Series right there. All right. And this is going to be, let's just call it a series wrapper, just like that. Come back here, refresh this. Cool. We got it down there. Let's work on them cards. Series wrapper, this is going to be, let's do series card. And then I don't know if I need this stuff yet. If I do, we'll go ahead and add it back. It's not too difficult to add back. Right, right. Okay, it's gonna get confusing, but all right, let's see this. That can go, and then that can go, and all of these can go as well. And then we need this. But we only need 4 of those. All right. Right? Right. Okay. So let's see. In the design, we have a few things. It looks like there's only like 3 elements. We have the thumbnail, we have the title, and we have the description text. So cool. Let's see. How should we do this? We're gonna need, well, first let's just open these up. We're gonna need a div with the class of series thumb, and then we're gonna need a div with the class of series text wrapper. Whoops. And then in here, let's close this off. Inside of that, we're gonna have a couple of things. We can add a little space between everything. All right, so in here, we're gonna have like a H5, I guess we could do. I guess that would make sense. An H5, and then we're gonna have a, should I go, I'll just go small. We'll call it small. I think that'll be sufficient. And then inside of the H5, we're just going to say series title for now. Title, series title, whatever. And then I'm just going to copy this text, and we're going to put that into the small for now as well. And let's come back here and see what we got going. All right, so everything's over there. Let's shrink this up some. And then we can go ahead and we can start giving this stuff some styles. All right, so we need, first off, let's start styling the actual series card first for a moment. We don't need that open. We need this. Series card. What was the wrapper? Series wrapper. Series wrapper, that looks pretty good. It's going to be a background of white. I believe that is one of the variables that we have set in the Sass. No, yeah, white. Okay, there it is. What's the border radius on this? 2 pixels? 2 pixels. Border radius 2 pixels. What's the width is 75 pixels. Width is 75 pixels. Height is 197 pixels. Let's take a look at this. Wow. Right there. All right, let's see what else we got. We got a box shadow here. So I'm gonna, this is gonna be a little different. Box shadow. What was it? It's 1 pixel down and then 2 pixels blur. So 0, 1 pixel, 2 pixel. And then let's use the same, doing a box shadow here. We're gonna use this same value. Right there. Let's see how that looks. All right, that's looking pretty tight. Let's, we gotta set display flex on here. Display flex. Let's go flex direction row, flex wrap. See what this, whoops. See what that does. All right, that's looking good. Let's do justify content space between. I should push it right to the edge. There we go. Now we got that space in between there. And then this is, yeah, it's gonna do that. We don't need to do that. Let's should we give these margin on the bottom? I think we should give them margin on the bottom. However, let's set this to a, let's give this a width of 100% and then a max width of the 355 pixels that we did on the other things. And then here we can give this a margin of 0, 0, 0. Well, no, this third one's going to be, I'm guessing 10 pixels, but let's double check. 10. Yep, 10. Okay, and there should be 5 in between them. So let's see if that worked. That worked. That is looking good. All right, so in this we have, let's set a display of flex here, flex direction, column. I think that should work. Justify content space between. Yeah, sure. Let's just go with that for now. Okay, that's looking right. Series thumb. Let's grab this and let's give this a width of 100%. That's not 100. 100%. A background of dark for now, and then we need a height. And I can't remember what the height is. Where are you? Design. Height is 98.44 pixels. All right, let's just see how that goes. I don't see it anywhere. H5, wrapper, series card. Inside the card, thumbnail. Now, why did that not work? Did that not compile? Oh, the wrong variable, dark. Dark 1. That's what we want. Dark 1, right there. Cool. That doesn't seem quite tall enough, but is that right? 98.44 pixels. That can't be right. Oh, you know, that's pushing it up. So we're gonna remove that. Well, let's grab the series text wrapper. Let's do display. Well, here, let's just copy this right here. That should be good. Let's just grab the H5 in here and set the margin to 0. I think it's the margin. Was I right or was I wrong? Okay, looks like it was the margin. We need to set we need to set overflow of hidden on the series card. Otherwise, we're going to have those straight edges. There we go. They're slightly rounded now. That's just what I wanted. I don't want that pushing it so far. Although, let's see what margin or padding technically this would be. 10, 10. Okay, so 10 on the top and bottom and 5 on the left and right for the text wrapper. So we'll do padding 10 pixels, 5 pixels, and then this text wrapper is going to have a height of 100%. And I think that should work. That most certainly does not work. Now, why did that not work? Okay, let's set the series thumbnail to flex shrink of 0. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Series title. What font size does this need to be, and what is it right now? Font size for H5 is 0.83. And what is it in pixels? Font size, it's about 13 pixels. What is it in the design? 14 pixels. Alright, so we're going to do H5 of font size 16. No, that's wrong. 14 divided by 16. Alright. Rem. Font. Weight. Let's go 300. I think that should work, right? That's too light. Let's do 400 and see how that looks. I still feel like that's just a little off, but whatever. Let's set the color to dark 1. And then we need to start styling that. So we need to grab the paragraph. Paragraph text is going to be 12 pixels. Okay, and regular. Font size is 12 divided by 16. 0.75 rem. Font. Whoops, where are you at? Font weight 400. And then we're also going to want, what was the line height set to? Line height is 16, so line height is 1 rem. What was the line height of the 5s? 21. 21 divided by 16. Line height rem. Alright, and then we need to see what color we're using here. It's 8A8A99. Let's see where that is here. 8A8A99. So it's secondary light is what we're using for that. And let's just go ahead and set that color to that variable. And now let's go ahead and load this, but it's not loading it properly, is it now? Oh right, it's small, it's not P. Alright, cool. Now my only worry here is it's bleeding over there. Why is that bleeding over? Let's take a look at the design. That is definitely 10 pixels. Why isn't that working right? That's good, that's good. That can't be too tall. No style there. It's... I don't get that. Do I need to add less on the top? Because that kind of looks... So what do you think? To me, that looks like there's too much space there. Compared to these, maybe. Maybe we just need to add... Well, here's something we could do. Let's see what... Well, can we just set the height to auto? Why are we constricting that height? Let's see what this does if we set... No, not the thumbnail. The card height to auto. Or is that going to like push it super far? No. Okay, that didn't push it super far. So cool. All right, we need to set that to margin auto though for that section. Margin auto. All right. It's looking pretty fly, I think. We've got those rounded edges right there. Just enough of the rounded edges, I must say. All right. Not bad. Let's go ahead and before we get content in here, because I haven't decided like what series that I want to have in here. Let's see if we can just like really quickly get the footer in there. All right, so to do that, let's go ahead and we're gonna go to includes. We're gonna make a new file called footer.html. All right, now in here we are going to do a few things. Let's go ahead and we're going to let's add a footer. Pretty simple. Within here, we also need, see, we still got that kind of head thing, so that's going to be an H3. H3, H3, perfect. And then, let's see. I'm debating on how we should handle these two buttons right now. I'm thinking, right now I'm thinking later on in the future, I could maybe connect some of this with an API to YouTube and, you know, just have that pull in the data automatically. I don't know. I'm not sure how well that's going to work using GitHub to host this. So I don't know if that's even going to be an option, but it might be. I'm thinking for this though, let's go ahead and give it like a button wrapper. So let's do div with a class of CTA wrapper. All right, and then we need two anchor tags. This is going to be, for now, let's just set the target to blank A. And then we're going to want to add a class of, let's just go primary button, and then this is going to be YouTube, and then this one is going to be Patreon. Ooh, what'd I do? This one's going to be Patreon, just like that. We're not including that yet at all. Okay. Inside of there, this is gonna, for now, I'm just gonna use, right now it's 185. I think it's gone up since I started doing this. So let's just say 185 subscribers. And I do want to get this data dynamically somehow. I'm just not sure how yet. I'll figure that out later. It's less important right now. Right now, I just want to focus on, the structure, getting the style done, and just making it really nice and responsive and tight and all of that good stuff. And then this right here is just going to say 0 Patreons because I've been mentioning it in all my videos, but I haven't really been like pushing it yet. And then I'm gonna need to get these. But we'll probably do that in the next video. The next video we'll definitely finish doing all of these styles and finish doing this. But let's just we've got a little bit more time to get this done, or get a little more of this done, I should say. Well, I can fill this out right now. I know this is going to be HTTPS. Or did I do that in my config.yaml? Have I set variables here? No, I have not. Let's go ahead and set social. All right, this is going to be YouTube. And then in here, I'm going to say, do I want to do it this way? No. Let's just do, for now, let's just do YouTube. And then this will be Patreon. And this is HTTPS patreon.com/that. And then the YouTube is almost the same. YouTube.com/Zachary R. Newton. Just like that. And then here we're going to say site dot YouTube. Let's just do URL and then same thing here for Patreon. Patreon. And then I'm gonna add this to, whoops, where'd it go? To here. I'm gonna add it to these two. And do this, and then now we gotta stop and restart the server really quickly. Stop it, restart it. Let's come back to the web page, and nothing's gonna load yet because we haven't included this. So let's go to our layout, and then let's just grab an include. I'm gonna put this after all of the content, and this is just the include footer.html. Now this should load beneath here. All right, so it has loaded. That is working. Yes. And this is working. Yes. Okay, cool. Now we could give you some styles. So let's see. I want to create, I don't want to put this in the default styles or anything like that. We don't need that open right now either. I want to create a new module. Oops, not a folder. File. Footer.sass, and then let's import that footer. All right, and then let's see what we got going. We got footer, obviously. And then what do we need to add to the footer? We need, let's see how much space we got here. So the bottom of this is 30 pixels off there. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 30 on the top, 30 on the top, 60 on the bottom, and then it's still that 10 on the left and right. So let's, we can grab what we set for the section here with the padding and put that here, except it's going to be 30, 10, 60, 10. And then now let's take a quick look. That should be correct. That is correct. Okay. So we need to do, let's do text align center. Should fix that for everything inside. All right, and then we got 2 buttons that we have to do. So let's come over here and just take a quick look at the design again. And let's see some of the styles. So we'll just run this 100% width, and then it's 42 pixels tall. Okay, hold on. What was the CTA wrapper? CTA wrapper, and then in here we have primary button, and then height 42 pixels, and width is 100%. And let's set the background to, let's just pick one of our variables for the default. Let's set it to dark. Yeah, let's just use dark 1 for now. So we can see this. All right. There we go. This is an anchor tag. So we need to display this block, I believe. No. Can we display this flex, actually? All right, we need to set this to have a width of 100%. And then a max width of, again, that 355 pixels. Where'd it go? Okay, and then we need to set the margin auto. Margin auto. All right, cool. That should be good for that. Now we've got to set the space in between there. So I'm just going to say on this first button, we've got 15 pixels in between there. So let's do, and child 1 is going to have margin bottom 15 pixels. Did I do that wrong? I feel I did that wrong. What did I do differently over here? All right, put it. I need to indent that. It was outdented too much. There we go. Cool. All right. Now we got to get the border radius is 2. Let's do border radius 2 pixels. We're going to set the color to the white variable. Yeah. Cool. What else do we want to do? We do want to align the text center. That's not centered yet. So I want to see, we got display of flex. Let's see what happens if we do flex direction of row, justify content center, and then align items center as well. Will that work? There we go. Cool. Text decoration none. Got it. And then this is regular, so we need a font weight of 400. And then we also need to set the font size to 1 rem. Font size 1 rem. Take a look. Something's not loading. Or is it loading? No, there's no way that is right. Text, decoration. Okay. Well, let's see if we set font family to be font family variable. What is that? Font fantasy. Font family variable. Let's see if that works now. I think that didn't do anything at all, but it should be fine. What are we having an error on over here? Nothing. Okay. All right, so that's looking good. Now we need to set the box shadow. Let's see what that is set to. 4 and 8. All right, so we're gonna go 0, 4 pixels, 8 pixels, and then let's steal what we were doing with this one. Footer sass right there. Now let's take another look. There we go. That's the shadowing. And then we can go ahead and let's grab the other classes. I just gave it a YouTube and Patreon. So we're going to give it we're going to select the class of YouTube. We're going to go background. Background is going to be, I haven't set the colors, I don't think. Let's go ahead and let's set them up as variables in here just in case I want to change that. So it's going to be YouTube red and then Patreon orange. So the red is all the way red. Yep. And the orange is going to be this. So let's go ahead and grab those and set them here. So the background here is now going to be YouTube red, and then let's see. This is going to be Patreon orange. No. Invalid variable. YouTube red. Really? Am I calling the right thing? Primary button. YouTube. Background. YouTube red. Sass. YouTube red. What? That's right. Does this just need to have an A in front of it? Okay, that just needed an A in front of it. So that's interesting. All right, so I think that's going to be it for this video right now then. That's the majority of everything is almost done. These buttons, they technically work. We haven't added any hovering styles or finished styling them really. We want to add the icon over there. And then we want to add in some data. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for the right data we want in here. And then I think in the next video, what we're going to do is we'll fill all this out. We'll finish styling this. We'll add some hover states. And then, I mean, this works right now. As you see, it doesn't like lose anything, but we're going to make it a little more responsive so that when you're on a nice and larger browser that it just doesn't look like one single column. I want it to kind of spread out some, but we do have these working, which is neat. I like this. I want to try and figure something out there. I want that to use the light box. I'll just have to see what I got to do to get that working. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this project right this moment. Oh, well, let me check the padding between there. That might be off. 1, 2. Okay, that should be 2. If somehow that's magically 20 pixels. H3. Computed. Oh, so close, so close. And that's probably why it's so crazy and off. So let's go footer. Let's grab the H3 in here and let's set the margin to 0, 0, 20 pixels and 0. That may have worked. That did work. Awesome. Okay. That's cool. I like it. Except these two right here, we don't want that. See how it's pushing it down an extra 10 pixels? I don't want that. That we're actually going to fix before we wrap this up. Sorry. That is... we did that right here, right? Yeah, series card, margin, bottom. All right. So this is going to be this line right here. Okay, and nth child 3. Can I do that? I actually don't know. 0. Let's see if that works. No, okay, it didn't work. What if I do that? I've never tried this before. Still didn't work. Okay, cool. All right, let's just do it. Oh, I could have done this though. Duh. There we go. That got it working. That feels so much better to me now. All right, now I can sleep. That's good. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for this video today. Next week, we're going to pick up where we left off and continue getting this done. I think we might be able to finish it all next week. Maybe without the YouTube API. I think we can get it all finished and responsive next week, however. So anyways, that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you like the content that I'm creating on this channel, head on over to my Patreon account at patreon.com/Zachary Newton, where you can help support this channel and help me create better videos every week. Until then, I'll see y'all in the next one.